Hello everybody, it's Furball here again with our Let's Play of Tropico 5 on hard mode. We've only just started, this is episode 2, so our infrastructure is quite limited at the moment. We're building up slowly, obviously $12,000 in debt, but we have grown to 82 islanders. So might as well just get on with the game and see what happens. We have a task down here, so we'll start with that one.
I tried to talk to the pirates about our revolution, but they only laughed at me. I am certain that it was because our fleet is not big enough.
So obviously building a dock is good because that will help with our economy, more exports, another special trade route, and revolutionary support is obviously very good for the colonial era, so we'll obviously accept that quest. Let's get the game running, because one thing I have noticed on the sort of harder economy mode, at least, especially early on, there's it's usually like some times where you have to kind of wait for the game to run a bit because you aren't drawing in huge amounts of cash. And the crown is just sent to $7,000, which is good. Thank you, the crown. And let's have a look. What do we need for a docks? So we need 4,900. So we need a small influx of cash. What we got here is ship immigrants. That's good. Some people incoming.
I sat with 3 other members of the research team. Suddenly, it dawned on us. We're 4 men. You get it? 4 men?
Yeah.
Incidentally, we also discovered bad puns.
Okay, thank you, Penultimo. We appear to have a little bit of money influxed, so we can build a dock. Right, I think, let's go, let's zoom out a bit so again I can see what we're doing. I think I'll build a dock over here for now, somewhere about there. I don't like to put the docks too close together because supposedly you get sort of possibly traffic jams at a later date. Ships kind of get stuck and such like that, so I'm trying to avoid that where possible. And also let's just build a road here first. There. Should we just send that straight down to there for now, like that? We'll get the game running. And what I'll probably do at a later date to sort of spread the balance, because I've obviously got this one main road, which will probably end up sort of feeding a lot of what's down here eventually, and we'll get a lot of traffic on that at a later date. And we will have a lot more stuff over here as we discover the fog of war and build up, and I'll probably have a road which comes sort of straight up here, straight to this dock, and that dock will be the primary export point for stuff in this region and help spread the load a bit. Excuse me. Because I think teamsters tend to go to the sort of the nearest dock, so primarily people will be coming here and going straight there, even though that dock is there. So what I might do actually, we still need some money, which is a bit of a problem. So we'll kind of let the game run a little bit. Although we've got some ships incoming, we've got 10,000. Have we had any immigrants
Thanks to
come
your
in?
efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
Again, we'll import some revolutionaries, so that's good. Some more people incoming.
We just discovered the number of times you need to get hit by a Planck to actually discover something. It is around 7, depending on the Planck in question. We call this the Planck constant. I am sure it will become very important one day.
A lot of the stuff that Penultimo comes out with, it gives me memories of Theme Hospital with the weird ideas, or like the things like the squits and bloaty face and the king complex. it's quite good and entertaining in that sense. We still haven't got enough. Can we quickly, well, we're only 8,000 in debt, can we get a road going? I think we'll build this road straight from here already, because what's it? Terrain unsuitable for construction. Where's that then? Let's try. Okay, let's try going backwards. Let's do it that way. There we go. We get the game running again a bit. Right. That little dingy sound means we've got another task. Oh, we've got 2 tasks. Let's have a look. What do we got?
In a flash of brilliance, His Royal Majesty figured out how to fix all of your island's problems through the construction of a single building.
Well, we'll accept that quest because that'll be some more jobs and again extended mandate. So what else do we
Governor,
have?
I've made contact with a certain group of not so reputable sailors who would gladly pay extra for our goods.
Well, I think we should automatically get that
Thanks
because
to
we
your
already,
efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
as I was about to say, I think we should already get that automatically because we do already have an export route. As you saw, we completed it immediately, which was great. We will have a look at trade. Yes, so you can go into the trade menu here as a straight away from that sort of tab, or as sometimes, I don't know why, I go to the dock and do it. It does exactly the same thing. That's probably quicker, but I'm usually thinking of the docks while I do it. So now as we have the docks, we have an extra ship we can send out on the some special trade routes. So let's have a look what we can do. Right, it might be, I think we might just go with tobacco actually. Cheese. Yeah, I think I'll just go with tobacco because we're obviously going to be building that plantation in a moment anyway. As I say, even though we're not making tobacco at the moment, I'll add the ship to sort of secure that trade route so it's ready to go in case it sort of disappears before I actually get a chance to build a tobacco plantation. So what's good for tobacco around here? It's not bad there. So I might put it here, I think.
Great news! We found out how to use the muskets the Crown sent us. Apparently, all you have to do is pull the trigger. Our research was seriously hindered until we discovered you should not look into the barrel when pulling the trigger. We lost a lot of good men that way.
A lot of Daffy Ducks as well, I think. Okay, so we'll do that, and I think we'll pause it for a moment because we've got a bit of a fluctuating economy. We do have only 3,000 in debt, so before we go into steeper debt, while we're doing other things, right, what have we got? The shovel, newspaper. So yeah, so if we get the census, this one here, because then we can get building permits, which will help us get money for our little Swiss bank slush fund. Which would be good. So what I'll do, let's have a quick look actually. What's our unemployed status like? 13. Though we haven't got a good spread. Again, we need some. We do need some sort of more educated jobs. What can we have that's slightly more educated for? It won't be in there. A creamery we can do, and oh no, a lumber mill is quite low education. Can't do any of these at the moment. Opera house for entertainment. Right, okay, so I think we will start with the plantation because we obviously need the tobacco for various things. So if we put that there, I think, and we can get that going and upgrade the budget for that. And so we do need some entertainment. Well, we need some higher education, so which we want to fulfill with entertainment. What have we got here? Catholic Mission Grocery. Library, Lighthouse, Guard Towers, Smuggler's Dock. So, entertain, because anything with this is until you upgrade it later on, it only works for richer citizens, although it might work out okay, although I can't actually afford it now. I've just bought the plantation, so I might fulfill some of the higher jobs with, I might build a Catholic mission, and then hopefully if I can do also build a, is that'd be the front there, isn't it? I don't think it really matters, but I get my sort of design feature kind of going on a bit here, and I like to have the fronts actually facing in a relevant position, even though they don't need to be attached to a road or something like that. You know, just I think it kind of looks nicer, really. You know, slightly realistic. And can we get? Oh yes, we can get a grocery as well. This does actually need a road connection, so I think we will put it there, and we will upgrade the budget on that, and that should fulfill some of our higher educated unemployment, although we need college, not high school, so maybe not. excuse me, my throat's a bit dry, as you may have noticed my rasping. So we'll speed the game along because again we will need some money. Right. Have we got any more tasks? No. Right. As you can see, there's a lot of shacks coming up, and these are homeless people, effectively. The one good thing to note about shacks is when you do start building more houses, you don't just
His
want to...
Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
Okay, I think we'll go with the mandate extension, and I'll finish off what I was saying. Like the houses, the shacks tell you where people want to live. So, for example, if you want a big housing complex over here, for example, because you think it looks nice, people might not actually move in because they actually want to live over here. So it's always a good idea to build houses in the vicinity of where shacks are, because then the houses replace the shacks, and usually people then sort of move out. What we will do is a task. So
It's all a hoax. To think I admire the pirates for their free spirit. It turns out that they also follow a king. The Pirate King.
right, so I think I will go with the increased revolutionary support, because that's kind of good all around. And we'll have a look at it. It wasn't the task, it just popped up conveniently at the same time, so let's have a look at
Governor?
the task.
My special friends are ready to do more business with us. We just need additional ships to handle the workload.
Okay, so we'll build another dock. That seemed perfectly fine to me, that does there. And we still we're waiting a little bit for money, although we are up to 98 people now, which is good, so we're growing, and 32% popularity. Let's have a quick look. Where are we? Good standing. 25 supporters, 44. So we've got growing support from the revolutionaries as well, which is obviously good. We've got some imports coming in. It's nice to see both docks are being used, which is good as well. One thing, as we had there, there's a task here, let's go with that.
His Majesty's plans have been hindered by supply shortages. To offset these setbacks, the Crown demands additional resources from the colonies.
Well, as we are exporting tobacco anyway, and we'll get an extended mandate, that'll be great. That there. Well, so yes, well that sort of tied
Many
in.
people are ready to give their life for their ideals. You must be ready to take lives for yours.
So they've killed a few royalists, which means we'll lose a couple of population, but our support should go up slightly, as it did. As I keep getting interrupted, we'll try again. So one thing I slightly misunderstood or was confused about in the last episode was the standard reward, which I usually choose the 12 months mandate for, and I wasn't sure how that came about, but obviously it
We
comes
have
from...
invented red tape. It goes well with everything, and there is no limit to this stuff. People are going crazy over it. Lines are forming to get more of it. It almost seems like it is trying to grow bigger and bigger, all on its own.
There we go, so that's our research then. Yes, so it obviously comes from actually completing quests for the Crown. So if you were sitting there watching the screen going, no, it's this, you know, I've done it myself, I watch Let's Play videos, so yeah, I figured that one out myself there. So let's have a look. We'll go with newspaper, I think. We'll go with a shovel. And then, because Constitution is our sort of end game point, it will actually allow us to declare independence once we get enough popular vote. Obviously, if we wish to. So that's that. We're seem to be getting significantly more in debt. So let's go. It doesn't seem to be getting much. Exported goods, what does this say? Expected revenue. You can actually look at your docks and it tells you your expected revenue from the next ship to arrive, which is not much there. The Crown has just sent me 7,600, which is good. That'd be nice if that arrived a bit quicker. We might be able to build something. Let's have a look at unemployment. Well, the college jobs somehow seem to have been filled. I don't know where. Illiterate, so we probably want to get another basic plantation going on somewhere. What have we got at the moment? We have tobacco, sugar.
I am afraid that your colony is still doing rather poorly compared to your neighbors, Puerto Coco and Isla Rojo. His Majesty is not pleased.
I think even though it's going to send me even more spiralling down into debt, I am going to take the extended mandate, for better or worse. The other thing I wasn't sure about before with how much the crown, where is it there? The support of the crown, which is warm. What it obviously does do is the better your support from foreign powers, the more they send you sort of. It's like a bung, I think, a bit of financial support every now and again, and the better your support, the higher that value is. So it is worth actually kind of keeping the foreign powers better, because then they like you, and they try to keep your influence by throwing you extra money on a regular basis. So yes, we are slowly getting into, building back up from the very deep debt that we just put ourselves in. So what we will have a look at is, so what did we say? We had corn, sugar.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
Okay, so we'll take the mandate again, and we do have a
It
task.
turns out that the Pirate King is quite a nice fellow, if I do say so myself, old chap. Like me, he too is a fan of the opera. You should commission a new piece in his honour.
Should I take that now? Because I say you can have, this one doesn't count towards it, but this is sort of your quest log, and I think generally you can have 5 tasks. I think it is a sort of limit. So do I tie it up? What do we need? Do we need any jobs? Unemployed. Illiterate ones. I'm going to save it for a moment, because if something
Presidente,
else.
after suffering 1,000 paper cuts, we have invented paper. It has print on it, where there will be a summary of important affairs, interviews with important Tropicans, and a page with political editorials. This will give a voice to every Tropican. Also, going to the little Presidente's room will be much more comfortable from now on.
Don't know about that. Paper. Well, it's not just newspaper. Okay, we'll give them that. So I'm not sure. Newspaper helps with going to the little Presidente's room. Reminds me of school, that does, and some of the facilities they had there. Yes, that was not very good, I don't think. Rather discouraged you from wanting to go to the little Presidente's room. Yes, so we could really do with a bit of money influxing in, which would be nice. Let's have a little look at
Disaster. The revolutionaries are demanding that you insult the king.
Insult the king. We don't want riots. So we'll take a risk of insulting the king.
The best insult we could come up with was to name one of the most stupid and boring animals in Tropico after the king.
So we can name name an animal. Name the Potu, not Putu, after the king. Name the great egret, or name the local anteater. As that's got great in it, I think we might go with that and hope that the king is not quite as offended as being named after a very badly spelled potato.
The king is most pleased that you picked an animal that does nothing but eat all day.
good choice then. So saved our bacon there. Right, so we're still fairly in debt, and let's have a look around. Oh,
Our research team, that is to say me, discovered the shovel 40 times. If I find out who put it there, I will kill him. Anyway, I gave it to the miners so they can put it somewhere safe. Like underground.
very Warner Brothers, really. Yes, so what I was going to say is one thing I have noticed with the country houses, does it tell you down here? See, well, it says in the description, provides food.
Construction of His Majesty's underwater palace has begun. The Crown requires a great many tons of your crops to help pay for this massive project.
Well, I'm not really sure about. Well, what we'll do for now is if we send double, which is 6 months mandate extension now and on completion. From my understanding, I might be making my economy really bad here if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, you don't specifically export the agriculture to the Crown, i.e. sort of lose it, so you're exporting anyway. So might as well take the extra one and get the extra mandate. Again, I could be completely wrong there, but it seems to have worked in the past. What I was going to say, so if we go back down into here, yep. So country houses, in the description, it's obviously provides food for residents. And one thing I have noticed here, if you see, these have rather large trees, as they appear to be, and these have rather small ones. And from what, oh, you've just seen it there. So these are they're like little allotments. So they grow their own food. So you don't provide their food. Well, I don't know. Maybe you do actually do in game terms on, but that's quite nice that they actually grow their own food there. Right. So we're nearly under 10,000 in debt, which means we might actually be able to spend some money on something. Yes, there we are. We're under 10,000 in debt. Let's take this task.
It turns out that the Pirate King is quite a nice fellow, if I do say so myself, old chap. Like me, he too is a fan of the opera. You should commission a new piece in his honour.
So, well, obviously we've seen that one before, but we'll accept that quest. I'm going to pause it. Oh, what do we need? Oh, I can buy a grocery. Should have paused it earlier. We're getting back into debt. Come on. We need 4,900 for a new dock. Well, actually, how much do we need for an opera? What is a opera? 4,900 for an opera as well. So, did I get that confused? Let's have a look here. Dock. No, so we need 4,900 either way, and let's have a look at our unemployed. So they're all sort of illiterate, so I think we will go with dock as our primary. I wonder if we can get actually, because we do need to obviously get the money rolling in as much as possible. Your trade offer for meat with the West India Company has been completed. Okay. So the little cash register sound is obviously a warning that one of your special trade routes has been completed, and that means it needs updating. Otherwise, you don't get so much money rolling in. Planks. What can we do? Tobacco. 1,000. Right. Let's have a quick look.
We, the leaders of the Tropican nation, in our desire to put into words the will of the Tropican people to follow and obey the laws of the state and maintain the traditional universal Tropican values of liberty, peace, love, understanding, siesta, and hidden Swiss bank accounts, do hereby sign the first legitimate constitution of Tropico.
So that obviously means that we now can actually declare independence once we actually get the popular support for it. But where we were looking at, let's have a look at our tobacco resources overview. Exported. So we are exporting all of our tobacco, but to maybe try and help ever so slightly, even though it's not really that efficient. We'll have to check on this at a later date, I think. Pearls. Yeah, so I think what I'll just do is something which I didn't realise initially is you can add more than one ship to a trade route. Unless you're massively overproducing, I don't think it really helps a great deal. We have just got 7,000 from the crown, so we'll pause it for a moment so we can actually build some stuff. Yes, I don't think it really helps a great deal unless you're overproducing, because you just be exporting those goods anyway. Although it might give you a slightly more regular income where the ships, that it comes in a sort of relay system rather than just having to wait every 6 months. I think that's the closest point. Let's go over here. I want to try and get a bit further away. I think that is, where is it? There. I think that's the most far away point that I can get. The dock. So let's just up the budget. Add a road, because it's obviously useless without a road. Right. Can we go? Let's go inland and a bit further there and join it up there. Do we have enough for a plantation? That's the question. No, but we do have enough for a ranch. What I might do... What ranch... We had a ranch, did we? Have we got a ranch? Oh, we've got a creamery there. That's good. It's just not working very efficiently because, as you can see there's no input and no output. So I think we need a bit more milk incoming there. So what we will do is add some goats, which do actually fit there. So let's put them there. Just enough to put a road in. Just enough. Yes. And then hopefully, as I'm not doing anything, we'll go with the speedo time again. Hopefully we can actually be producing more cheese from the creamery. We'll increase some jobs and increase our economy, and hopefully we can be a little bit less time waiting around for the money to reaccumulate. Right. Let's have a look now then. So again we're back in minus 10,000, and let's have a look. Let's have a look at what upgrades we can possibly get. Unlocks in the Cold War. Unlocked in World Wars. Unlocked in World Wars. Unlocked in World Wars. Oh, there we go. We've got 4,000. So, well, minus 4,000, which means we can spend 5 and something thousand. So we will. Let's have a look at the unemployed. Oh, lots of unemployed people. So that's really 13 illiterate. Let's have a look. What do we have? Plantation. Something that's close by, actually. Bananas in pyjamas. Yeah, let's go with bananas. Also, that's I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a look at trade. Sugar. Mine is standing with a crown. Cocoa. Bananas. Okay, but we'll sugar more. Wow, it's about the same. So what we will do is, if we remove Catherine from there and add Catherine to bananas, and then we will get a plantation. Right. Oh, that automatically connects there, which is good. Should I put it next? I'll move it one away from there. And then we could probably have a road going straight up to there like that. There we go. Let's get it running again for a bit.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
So import more revolutionaries. We'll have that. Oh, that was for doing the dock, which is good. Oh, that means we can actually have another. Let's have another look for what else can we export. So bananas. I'm doing tobacco and bananas. We can do fish. There's not very much money in fish though, by the look of it. So it does help with the crown. Cocoa. How's our crown relations? Well, you do get a little bit more money from the crown by being friendly with them. I think that might be offset. Cocoa. Let's have a look. Iron. Well, we're not going to be doing any mining currently. Cocoa. Let's have a look. Oh, well, we can't build a plantation, so let's have a look in this overlay while we get some money incoming. Right. That's not very good. Maybe down here, actually. I could put it over here, and that'll feed straight to that dock there. So yes, we'll get some cocoa in a moment. And you have to excuse the little... I can hear the little frog in my throat. Sounds like I've got some sort of little weird special effects machine kind of going on in my throat at the moment for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, yes. Now, this is what I was on about. So that trade deal has disappeared for cocoa. But what we can do... Corn... we kind of do need the milk. Pearls. Can we... yeah... Sugar. Well, we could do sugar. Let's have a look. Where's sugar? Where's good for sugar? Is that right? For sugar there. That's a goodish place for sugar. That's a goodish. I think we'll put some sugar down here once we wait a moment and get enough. How much do we need for a plantation? 2,800. So, yeah. Learning from that previous lesson. Is it still there? Was it gone? Oh, sugar's gone now. So, yes, okay. Corn. Well, we can export corn. We've got plenty of corn. Meat. We can export meat as well, actually. Yeah, screw it. We'll add meat. We're going with meat. We're going to export meat. Let's have a quick look at our resources thing and see if that was a good choice or not. So, produced. Yeah, we're exporting a lot of meat, so that'll be brilliant. And we're nearly under 10,000 in debt again. I think what we'll do, because it's been approximately 30 minutes or so, I think we will pause the game and we will leave it there until next time. So thank you again for joining me. Please do press the like button or subscribe, because it will help me out a lot with starting up, and hopefully I can make a lot more videos for you. See you all again next time. Thank you and bye bye.